Dear students, welcome all of you to the last video lesson from the chapter Private, Public and Global Enterprises. And in this lesson, you are going to learn about what are the different forms of global enterprises and joint ventures. So, we are going to learn first about global enterprises, or it is known as multinational companies. So sometimes some companies will start in one region, one country, and they will open branches in different other countries. That type of companies are known as multinational companies. Their headquarters will be in one particular country, maybe their home country, and branches will be spread over all other countries. So multinational company means a company that has business operations in many countries. In other words, it is a company which allocates its resources beyond national frontiers, but it is nationally based in terms of ownership and top management. Basically, they are international giant-sized companies with production location in more than one country. It may design a product or service with an eye on global market. Global market means they want to sell their product in all over the world. It is also known in different names: transnational corporation, global enterprises, world enterprises, global giant, or international enterprises. So these are the other names for the concept global enterprises or multinational companies. So remember, their place of origin will be in their home country or own country, and their business operation will be spread over all other country at global level. So these type of organizations are known as global enterprises or multinational companies, MNCs. So a lot of examples are there. You have to learn more about by collecting examples from the Google pages and web pages. So we are going to learn what are the different features of global enterprises. So as the explanation indicates, GN size, the operation will be at large scale level. The assets turnover of several multinational companies is pretty huge or large. So their operation as well as their infrastructural facility and their assets will be of large quantity. And the speciality of these type of organization is centralized control. Its headquarters will be in home country, and they will exercise the functioning and controlling of its branches in other countries. So centralized control, GN size, then international operations. They are doing business not only in their home country, they are distributing at the global level, international level. That is why the name international enterprises. So its production, marketing, and all other activities will be spread over all other countries. And oligopoly power. Oligopoly, you know very well, you are a commerce friend, learned in economics what is oligopoly. Multinational companies are controlling the entire system, business system. So multinational companies are oligopolic in nature. Why? Because due to the vast resources they have and the size of operation and the predominant position they occupy in the market at the global level. So due to they are controlling sometimes the entire market all around the world. So remember the points: giant size, centralized control, international operations, oligopoly power. And some other features are sophisticated technology. Multinational companies or global enterprises are using highly sophisticated technologies, highly demanding and costly techniques of production they are using. Also, they are not only using techniques of production but also the distribution also. And next one is professional management. They have a good team of highly talented professionals, and they are approaching market at the global level. That is the another feature, international market. They are distributing their product at the global international markets. So these are the features about global enterprises. So remember the concept. Global enterprises are those organizations which have headquarters in their home country and controlling the entire markets in different countries. Yet another concept in this chapter is joint ventures, another form of business organization. As the name says, it is a joint operation of two or more parties. When two or more people or organizations join hands together to run a new organization or to run their organization, then it is known as joint venture. This is a very common mode of entering into the international business. Joint venture means starting a firm which is jointly owned by the two or more otherwise independent firms. And most probably, three major types are there. One is foreign investor is buying an interest in a local firm. Suppose in our Indian country, Indian company is buying another company of Afghanistan or England, like that. Then local firm is acquiring an interest in existing foreign firm. That is the example I told for one type. Foreign companies are coming and purchasing Indian company. That is the first one. Indian company going to foreign and purchasing their own company there. Then it is local firm acquiring an interest in the existing foreign firm. Then both the firms are jointly establishing a new firm. A firm in our country and foreign country's company joins hands for creating a new firm. So these are the forms of joint venture. Simply, it is a business owned by two parties jointly. That is joint venture. So we have to learn more about how to form the joint venture. So it may be in the form of public or private limited company. Joint ventures are maybe in the form of public or private limited company. They can start. Then they have to maintain a particular place of registered office, head office, and they have to check the availability of registration in a particular name. They have to approach registrar of companies and they have to check whether the company's name they are going to start or to modify is available. And also they have to select a proper memorandum of association by including all the details regarding the partners in the joint venture. And they have to create a good memorandum of association and articles of association for the running of the joint venture. After submitting all important documents in front of the registrar, they have to collect a receipt or certificate of incorporation. In the case of private company, that is enough. If public company is starting, they have to collect the certificate of commencement of business also. So remember, these are the few steps. They have to maintain the records and have to submit with proper fees in front of the registrar and to obtain the certificate of incorporation. With these simple steps, they can start joint venture. Then also they have to maintain the articles of association, which includes the rules and regulations related to the management of the joint venture business. If a person is starting a non-resident partner from a foreign country, they have to obtain permission from the RBI also. So in case of partner of the joint venture company is a non-resident Indian, approval of Reserve Bank of India is necessary to collect the shares of a joint venture in India. So remember these points for the formation of a joint venture. So some benefits are there for the starting of a joint venture. The benefits of joint venture include, first one is accessing to market. Joint venture helps the business people to access the global market also. If they join hands with a foreign country's company, they can access the global market also. So when two business joins together, they get more customers. So that is one of the benefit, and a distribution network will also increase. Second point, network of the distribution of product will also increase. That is another advantage for the starting of joint venture. Why? Because they suppose I am creating one company in India and joining hands together with another company in Australia. I am getting more opportunity to market my products in Australia also. So that is the access of market, also distribution network. My business distribution network is also increasing. And what about the capacity? The third point indicates joint venture helps the partners to reap the benefit of increased capacity in terms of production as well as the economies of scale of business and its scope. So, when we are joining hands together with another company, the capacity of the organization will increase. We can bring efficient workers of the partner company and we can collect funds from that partner company for our business. So the production techniques adopted by another company can be also utilized for the production of products in our business. So it helps to increase the capacity of the organization. It helps to bring efficiency, effective work atmosphere in the organization. And what about the concept staff, the workers working in the two organizations? They are getting, when joint venture is started, both the organization is getting to share the skills of staff in the particular organization. So each organization utilizes the skill by sharing, by shifting also employees from one organization to another. This is another benefit of joint venture business. So accessing the global market, distribution network is increased, capacity of the organization can be increased, staff can be shared, the workers can be shared between two different organizations. And what about the purchasing of different resources? Suppose I am working in Kerala, I can collect materials maximum from India. When I am joining hands with the American company, they will also help me to purchase different materials from their home country. So, vast resources available at the disposal. Joint venture partners may be able to collectively benefit from favorable conditions while making purchases. Both are getting opportunity. If I am not getting some raw materials in India and it is available in America, I can collect from America with the support of my joint partner. And what about the technology and intellectual property? Most developed countries are using modern techniques of production. Suppose I am joining hands with that country's company, I can use the technologies of production and distribution of that particular modern company is using. So technology can be shared. And intellectual property. Intellectual property is the best asset that can be sold in the modern business world. That indicates the creative business ideas, innovative ideas of that partners, firms, or of the workers. It also shares innovative ideas. Not only if we join hands with another firm, we are getting a best friend for sharing our financial difficulties also. So that is the last point of benefit of joint venture finance. We can collect or pool resources and materials, mainly financial resources from our joint partner also. So these are the benefits of joint venture business. So in this video, we learned more about what is global enterprises and joint ventures. So these all are regarding different concepts from the chapter private, public and global enterprises. So I hope all the concepts are very clear for you. So if it is not clear, please again watch all the videos and develop your own concept by reading more books, materials. Also clarify doubts with me by discussion through WhatsApp and online media. So thank you for watching. Keep learning very positively and actively. Thank you for watching. Thank you.